just in case you forgot, do not cry in front of a narcissist. You will test a narcissistic person when you do cry and you see their reaction. There's going to be 3. Due to our lack of empathy, we cannot connect with you and the pain that you are going through. So it doesn't matter if you're crying about something else, your dog died, your cat died, your mom died. It doesn't matter. We are not going to react emotionally for you. We are not going to match that energy or mirror that back to you. Number 2, we're going to get mad. We're going to get mad at you for crying. Number 1, it makes us uncomfortable no matter what you're crying for. If you're crying about something else, we don't get it. It's like being an alien and like, what the fuck are you crying for? You know? If you are crying because of something that you are upset with us about, we're going to look at you with disgust at that. We're going to think that you're too sensitive. And I really believe this because my sensitivity was beat out of me when I was young. You do not cry. You do not cry. And number 3, we're going to love it. Now, if they are not a sadist wants to see you in pain and you don't deserve it. There's nothing that you did. With a narcissistic person, they're getting payback for something. They're getting revenge. So when you cry, they're going to smirk. They're going to be happy that they inflicted pain on you. Some of you with narcissistic parents will be able to relate to this. When my daughter used to cry, I used to tell her to go into her room because I didn't want to watch it. Her emotional state made me very uncomfortable and I was very dismissive of her feelings until I started to read child psychology and realize that kids actually need to be held. I know it's fucking crazy. This is probably automatic for you that I did start to hold her when she would cry, and then I would let her figure out, when she's a teenager, how to fix her problem. And instead of pushing my own narrative onto her, I let her come to me if she ever needed advice or anything. With an ex-boyfriend who had borderline flavor, he gave me a lot of fucking grief. Their emotions are all over the fucking place, and he had lots of anger issues. So when I made him cry because he was so exhausted with fighting, I smiled. I was glad. Fuck you. Fuck you for making me feel dysregulated. Another time I saw a coworker crying at work, and she was in the room with me alone, and I went over and I gave her a hug and I said, you don't need to talk about it, because I didn't give a shit. But she felt better after I gave her a hug. So that was a nice lesson for me too. But just remember, it does not matter what you are crying about. Do not take the reaction from the narcissistic person as a reflection on you, okay? We can't deal with it. I'm diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder and a lot of other dark shit. And I do not know how to comfort you in a specific way. And sometimes all I'm gonna do is just sit there uncomfortable next to you. So if you do have somebody who's at least doing that and making sure that they're not pushing you away, walking away, or whatever, please be fucking grateful, because there's nothing else I can do for you. Okay? I hope that was helpful. Have a great day. Namaste.